Okay, so what I have here is my little book. Made sure I can open it up to bend it out a bit while I'm painting. Don't worry too much if you get any paint on the sides of the pages. Just make sure when it's started to dry that you flip the pages out so they open up a little bit. You don't want them too stuck together, obviously. This is the end of the magazine. You probably shouldn't use the end of the magazine where you've got glue on the edge, but that's fine for now. It'll do. I'll do some more. So I've got my little book. I've got a paintbrush that isn't too big. You can probably use a big one, a smaller one, whatever you want. I've got some craft paint. This is supposed to be for miniatures, but I think it's kind of sucky for that. Little bowl. So actually I should shake this one. It's not particularly good straight out of the bottle. So it does separate a bit. Actually this one's not too bad. I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Going to see how it goes on a little bit of paper without thinning it first. I might not have to use my water I've got in the corner there. Yeah, I think that should be alright as it is. Just got a bit of paper towel over here. So, I'm going to grab a pair of tweezers so I don't touch the book everywhere. What I'm going to do is, I have this pair that cut cells down. So I'm just going to open up this back cover and open up near the front. I'm a little bit shaky, too much caffeine, not enough food. There we go. So you won't have to touch the book so much with your hands. So let's just paint the cover. Well, it's better if you don't have to water your paint downs anyway. Less water, the less soggy your cardboard's going to get. So I'm just putting this on. Like that colour. What you want to do is also etch the top of the pages. I'm not sure if you're really getting that. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. That's out. See if I can keep it here while I work and not subject you to off-camera painting. While I ramble on, which I'm sure you're not as interested in. The edges are painted. And paint a little inside the cover just in case. Do that again. Now you want to get right in your spine, so it gives it that bound leather look. Also paint. The paint is a bit thick to do this. The paintbrush isn't the best to do this either. But I'm going to manage. Make it look. And you see I'm subjecting you to off-camera painting. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, if you want to make it a little better than mine, I'm sure you're quite able to. Oops. There's your little leather-bound book. You can see inside there. It's not particularly clean, but you may not be opening it up and inspecting it too much. So just gonna keep that like that. Probably just hold on to it and make sure you've got a couple and wash your brush out. Just gonna prop that up on something and put my lid back on the knife. Sure, I've got something. I've got so much stuff sitting around here. There we go. Put it up on my clean dispenser and leave it just for a few minutes to dry. Let's start the next thing. I've got plenty of space in that. So I'm going to get a little drop in there. So zoom back out. Out. I'm just going to use some craft gold paint. The box over here. Of course, it's just a little, what's this called? Student's acrylic. It's just gold. I do like the colour, it comes out nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry brush that with a slightly smaller brush because there's not much gap there and I don't want to get it all over my nice clean painted book cover, although I could just go over it again, but I prefer not to. So this is almost dry. Just gonna, it's not the best dry brush, but I don't really have anything else. I don't want to use any of my other brushes at the moment. Actually, I do have a better one. Nice little hog hair bristle. Or boar hair. Depends where you are as to what they call them. It's just this one. Drop that over there. These tend to seal themselves on. There we go. And just put a dab in your bowl. It wouldn't be too much. Get that out of the way. Should be reasonably dry now. I should be using the camera to look at this rather than... that's good enough. And I've got my pages clipped here. So I'm just going to use my fingers to spread the cover out a bit. See, it's probably not the best glue on the paint, so it's coming off a bit, but you can always fix that later. Nice dry brush. Make sure you get your paper towel. Always, if you want a darker gold, you can always add a little bit of black to it. These bristles are a bit too hard. Let's put a bit more paint on. Dry brush though. Okay, this doesn't make the best dry brush. Gotta go back to this one. Hog hair. That hog hair at least is a bit too solid. So it's just I need to put a bit more on my brush. Just sort of get it in there. It's very hard not to get paint on your leather cover back here, but you can always come back and retouch it. Okay, that was a bit too thick. A bit closer. Let's see that a bit. You poor guys, you're looking so far away. The gold's a bit light, so it's a little hard to see what I'm doing. This way, zoom in. Just really gonna push it in there. I've got little light spots. I can actually see it better on the camera than I can from where I'm sitting. Sort of camera focus. What it is. Okay, I need to use thicker paint really. So let's try something different. So use a thick slab of paint and really push it in there. Yeah, this is a crappy brush, I'm not too concerned. Well, it's not looking too bad. Still some spots of white I'm concerned about. Orangey colour. Just give it a second. Learning as I go. Let's turn it around now. And this is one with all my pages glued together. So, not really too gentle. I don't worry too much about this side since I've got the glue on the pages at the top here. The paint's not going to stick so well to that. It's fine. It can be the bottom of the book. And see, I've got a bit of gold here and there. Oops, got to add a band-aid on there. Yeah, that should be dry, so unpin it on the side. Focus. Here, Mr. Camera. There you go. Just so not so much dry brushing, am I? It's really getting the paint in there. I'm painting my tweezers as I go. Just come in at the edge. Just make sure. Get it. I reckon that's pretty good. Let's squish my pages a bit. So, just my tweezers off. And get zoom back out again, make sure I don't get paint on my camera. Zoom out. Why do I never get that right? And what I'm going to do is just separate my pages a bit. It's probably not best if you put the white paint. That's the side I did first, so let's run my mouth over those. It's not too bad looking. A little bit of colour showing through from the magazine, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just going to smush it together. So the cover's a bit coming away a bit. Just press that in. Make the corners a bit sharp around the edge. Obviously, because I've got gold on my hands, I'm transferring it a bit onto the cover, and it's not too bad looking. So I'm just gonna touch up where I've really got that gold in the spots I don't want it to be. So, the tweezers again. Not the easiest to use. Which brush did I use for that? I used this brush. Let's dry it off. And pull my cover out. Just the paint's still a bit wet, so that's good.